Before we get started working on actually engaging in testing activities, I'm going to go through some foundational things around how we're going to get a lab set up and all of the surround stuff that you're going to need in order to be able to do the exercises that we're going to be working on. So, the very first thing I want to talk about is an operating system that you're going to see me use an awful lot, and that's Kali Linux. Now, this is an operating system, a Linux distribution actually, that was developed specifically for security testing and other security functions. There are a number of tools that are built into it that are associated not only with penetration testing, but also other activities as well, including, for example, doing forensics work. This is a Linux distribution that's based on Ubuntu Linux. If you've got any familiarity with Linux at all, you may be familiar with, say, Linux Mint or Ubuntu Linux, and this is going to look an awful lot like that. I'm going to show you a set of tools that come with Kali Linux and explain why I'm going to be using Kali a lot. We'll also be using Windows. There are some tools that are available on Windows, and I recognize that most people are going to be using Windows on a regular basis. So we are going to be using Windows a lot, but one of the reasons I like Kali is because everything is contained within it already, and I don't have to do any extra work of setting things up because most of what I need is going to be just installed by default. We're going to take a look at the various tools that are installed by default on Kali Linux. You can see there are a number of tools that are available for information gathering, and you can see the different categories that they have broken the tools listings down into. We've got vulnerability analysis, web applications, wireless attacks, and then exploitation tools that we're going to be working with a little bit. As I mentioned earlier, you can do forensic analysis with Kali Linux, and here are some forensics tools that just come with Kali Linux. Reverse engineering, maintaining access, password attacks, we're going to be doing some of that as well. So you can see that just using Kali already brings a lot to the table. And even if you're not familiar with Linux, it's not necessarily that difficult to get up and running with a lot of the tools that Kali has. Part of the reason for that is that there is a menu that is broken down into the different categories, and all you need to do is just select something here, and it's going to pop open a window. In some cases, it's going to be a terminal, but it's going to launch the application for you that's probably going to give you help output, as in the case here with SQL Map. Kali Linux is a great resource, and we're going to be using a lot of it. So I wanted to spend a little time introducing Kali and what it brings to the table for us.